Hi everybody, welcome to Free Range Diva. Thank you so much for stopping by today. Today's video is going to be about fermented foods. Particularly, I'm going to be talking about a little bit of the history, a little bit of the benefits, and then I'm going to be sharing some of my favorites. A couple of years ago, maybe 3 years ago or so, I did a video on this same subject where I went way overboard into the science and the preparation and a whole lot of information that probably you weren't all that interested in. So today I'm going to keep it short, pretty simple. Fermented foods have been eaten for thousands of years, and I'm going to show you today how they can be used to help you lose a little weight, look better, and feel better. Because if you don't take away anything else from this video today, I want you to remember this. Your mood is directly tied to your digestion. So on that note, let's get started. Humans have been fermenting foods for thousands of years, primarily grains like for alcohol and to preserve foods that were perishable, like goat milk, camel milk, cattle milk. But it was Louis Pasteur who first discovered the how and why of the fermentation process. And it was a short time after that that scientists connected fermented foods to good health by studying the yogurt eaten by the Bulgarian people. Although more than likely the African and Asian population would have already known this, that eating fermented foods has more benefits than just the preservation of perishable foods. Now, dairy, for example, naturally ferments in warm weather, and the first documented evidence of yogurt was from 10,000 BCE, and it was in North Africa. So the basics of fermentation is that it has to take place in an airless environment, and it creates strong flavors that can be an somewhat acquired taste, although I love it. And some bacteria can't survive past the stomach. However, it was discovered in 1935 that Lactobacillus acidophilus can survive the human gut, and not only survive, but it remains active. As far as benefits, consuming probiotics has been linked to improved digestion, detoxification, and an improvement in mood. Because the brain and the gut are like this. They are BFFs. And without getting into all the weeds of peptides and CLA, I will simply say good bacteria helps break down complex carbs and is necessary to synthesize the B vitamins. They fight off bad bacteria, and having a diverse gut microbiome lowers your risk of obesity, asthma, and IBD. A while back I read about this study in rats where they had two groups, an obese group of rats and a normal weight group of rats. And without changing anything else as far as diet or lifestyle, they simply transplanted the good bacteria from the microbiome of the normal weight rats into the obese rats, and the obese rats lost weight. Consuming foods that are rich in good bacteria can also help to restore your gut to normal after you've taken a course of antibiotics. So let's talk about some of my favorites. Yogurt. Everybody has heard of yogurt. And the thing about yogurt is I personally only eat full-fat yogurt because the more fat there is, the less lactose there is. But when you're looking for yogurt, you want to make sure that it has live cultures. This particular brand lists 2 ingredients: cultured, pasteurized, non-fat milk, and cream. And it also lists the live cultures, and there are 5 live cultures here. This one also has 14 grams of protein and no added sugar. So those are the things that you really want to look for in your yogurt if you're eating it to get the good bacteria going. But the gold standard for cultured dairy products is going to be kefir or kefir. This has a much greater amount of good bacteria and live cultures than regular yogurt, with much less lactose. That's because of the way that this product is made. Whereas the yogurt had 5 active cultures, this has 12, with 64 billion CFUs of bacteria per serving. Because this has lower lactose, many people who are lactose intolerant can use this, can consume this, because of, again, the way that it's manufactured. It does not bother their inability to digest lactose. This particular one also has inulin in it, so it's got a prebiotic, something for that bacteria, the good bacteria, to feed on. Next up, we've got raw fermented sauerkraut. This is fermented cabbage. This particular variety also has pickles in it. Fermented, what are pickles? The cucumber. Goodness. And the thing that's good about sauerkraut is the juice. There's about 10 billion CFUs of good bacteria in every tablespoon. And sauerkraut is something that is really easy for you to make at home. I have done it. Basically takes filtered water, cabbage, salt, and thyme. It also takes a certain amount of muscle because you really have to break that down to break down that cabbage. But it's so convenient for me to just pick this up at the store. I get this one from Trader Joe's, but there are many brands on the market that are found in most grocery stores now. So if you want to go for convenience, you can grab it at your grocery store, or if you want to do the traditional, you can do it at home, and it's fairly easy. The nice thing about doing it at home is you can customize it. When I do it, I also add, instead of cucumber, I add carrots to it for a little bit of extra sweetness. But either way, it's good, and either way, you're going to get that good fermented, result in your gut. Now, I love mustard. I put it on everything, and for years now, I have fermented my own mustard. I will link a video up in the cards and down below that will show you how I make this. It's very easy. It takes just a few ingredients, and even when I buy regular mustard, like from the store, last year I decided, I saw the mustard there and it didn't have a corn derivative in it. So I bought it home and I didn't like the way it tasted. I've gotten so used to making my own because you get more of that pungent, strong mustard flavor when you ferment it first. We interrupt this program for a little game. Hi, I'm editing right now and there's something I wanted to show you, and this is it right here. Now, if you know what this is, I'll give you, so it's 3-dimensional. Now, if you can tell me what this is, you win a prize. So I'll announce it in next week's video, but link below if you know what this is. And if more than one person guesses, it'll be the first person who gets the comment in. So the first comment. But there's another look. So yes, tell me what this is. So this is something I always have in my refrigerator. I probably go through one of these every month or so, and it's really worth it. It's also cheap. It doesn't cost a lot, and you can make this using ingredients that you have in your pantry. Something else you can also pick up at your store is what was in this empty jar. This was fermented relish, which I also made and mostly ate, so I have to make some more. But at your store, you can buy fermented pickles. Look for them where like maybe your deli section where the colder foods are. That's where you'll find things like fermented sauerkraut, fermented pickles, and what I'm going to talk about next. But yes, you can get fermented pickles. And again, that juice is the thing. Just make sure that when you're looking for things like fermented pickles, that you're getting raw and unpasteurized, which is usually why you'll find it in the refrigerated section. Finally, the last thing that I want to talk to you about today is my latest favorite obsession. This is also available in your grocery stores, and this is kimchi. This is a fermented cabbage product, comes out of Korea, I believe. I have seen this made, and it takes a lot of time. The fermentation process is a very slow one. So it's convenient and it's easy to pick it up in your grocery store. This is for people who like a kick or phone. Since I had to take the time to answer the phone, I figured I'd open the window because it's starting to get a little bit warm in here today. All right, so where was I? Okay, so I was talking about kimchi. This is a very spicy product. Traditionally, this has things like red pepper in it and ginger, so it acts as a digestive or a digestive, as well as a probiotic product. This brand was the Shinto Gourmet. This has Napa cabbage, water, red pepper powder, radish, sea salt, yellow onion, garlic, ginger, and kelp powder. So it's got the ginger, it's got the pepper, it's got the radishes and the garlic, and this tastes amazing. This is so good. You may have heard that, oh, kimchi is so pungent. Yeah, it's strong, but it's not unpleasant. It can definitely clear out your sinuses if you put your nose down there and get a good whiff of it. But it definitely helps with your digestion. Particularly, I like this with any kind of protein. And it's particularly any kind of grilled protein. So if you're just having something like a fish or chicken or steak or something where you're just using salt and pepper and maybe a little garlic, this added to it will take it to a whole nother level. I'm inserting here a close-up of what kimchi actually looks like. As you can see, you can see the red peppers in it. It's very red and it's very spicy. And the packaging on this brand gives you an extensive list of how you can use kimchi in your diet. That's much more comprehensive than just using it on grilled protein. This will also help if you're kind of bored with your diet, like if you're sick of eating just grilled chicken all the time, adding this to it will definitely spice up any meal. And it's just really something that I would love for you to try, because I tried it and I love it. And this particular product, they say that this bag helps the product to breathe so that the bacteria continues to grow the longer that it sits in your refrigerator, which is good. And again, the juice in here is where all that bacteria is concentrated. So if you've heard of kimchi and you thought, no, I would say look for this in your grocery store, again in the refrigerated section, and think of me and give it a try. I have a feeling you're gonna like it. So that's gonna wrap it up for today. This is a category of food that not everyone thinks about. When they think of probiotics, they may just think, oh, just give me I'll take the pill or whatever to get my probiotics in. But if you can get it in through food, not only is it a more interesting culinary experience, you're also really getting in touch with history, the history of food, and how people have kept themselves healthy throughout the millennia. If it worked for them, it will work for you. So give some of these foods a try, and if you do, then list down below some of your favorite fermented foods. Yeah, so just let me know what it is, some foods that you really love. And like I said, if you want to know more about how I ferment here at home, I will link that video. And I will also link the first video that I did if you really want to get detailed info about the science and the preparation behind fermented foods. And I wanted to mention that in that first video, I talked a lot about kombucha, which is a fermented tea, juice, beverage, sparkly beverage. And the reason that I'm not bringing it up today or including it in this list is because it has a very large amount of sugar, too much sugar to make it compatible with any kind of weight loss goal. So kombucha doesn't make the list. Sorry. All right, that's going to wrap it up for today. So until I see you in my next video, I'm wishing you a wonderful day, wonderful week. Take good care of yourselves, and I will talk to you again very, very soon. Bye.